Exactly. So
Love it.
how is baby girl doing? How is Kari Bari doing?
She's great. She's sick of quarantine. She's ready to hit these streets. She wants to go to the park. She wants to turn up with her friends. She says, "Mommy, when are the germs gone? Is social distancing over?"
Tell her not quite yet.
Yeah, but she's good. She's been definitely keeping me very busy. And you know, I've drank a lot of wine this quarantine.
I know, right? Right. Like I don't even drink, but I have to get like something to kind of calm these nerves.
Well, I'm drinking a Bloody Mary right now, sis. So
look, sis, when I come to LA, I'm gonna have to have a drink with you, definitely.
I'm gonna take you up on that too.
So let's go ahead and get into it. The video that you have, I hear it. LA and the helicopter is infamous for that.
It's a helicopter. I can't hear you. Ooh, loud.
It is loud. It's okay. That's LA.
It's dawn and it's still loud. Is it hovering? Like, okay, there we go.
Let me hear. Okay, y'all hear? Do y'all hear? Okay,
I can hear you.
You can hear. Okay,
it's literally circling the area,
and I hear it. It's okay. I think we kind of like used to it. So let's talk about this video, girl. This video and this new single that you are doing. I said, okay, she's giving me we call it, what was it? Miss Parker vibes in the video.
Yes.
Was that what you were trying to do?
Yes, that was exactly it. So if you watch the video from the opening credits, it says starring Masika as Miss Parker. So the concept behind the whole thing, you know, it's basically like your group chat with your homegirls in a song. Like, girl, this motherfucker pulled up in a colony, but bitch, she had a charger parked outside his house yesterday.
Right. And
girl, this motherfucker told me he didn't bought a McDonald's, but bitch, he only bought a Happy Meal.
Right.
You know, that type of thing. Like, you know, niggas be capping. That was the kind of concept behind it. And, you know, the famous line from Friday, "You ain't got to lie, Craig." Literally, like, that was, like, the motivation behind the video. So I kind of wanted to make it, like, light and funny. So I'm not going to say, like, a parody per se, because that, you know, it's not like a comedy, but kind of did, like, a Friday parody and, like, recreated a couple of those scenes and, you know, made it fun, made it light, but then took it back to that whole nostalgic feel.
Right.
And then I really wanted to be pro-Black. So we out there on Crenshaw, with the lowriders and the, like, there's a whole culture of people that literally on Friday nights hit Crenshaw with their lowriders and stand outside the car drinking and all of that. I didn't even know that was going on.
Really?
We got some of the, like, that real stuff that was happening, and it was just a lot of fun. I wanted the song to be fun and light and just something that girls can relate to, and guys, even guys, because, like, you know, you say you trapping, but you got sheets over the windows because you're poor, not because it's a trap.
Cabin. Big cabin.
So yeah, it was just fun, and I felt like with all of the tension and everything going on, it was needed to have something light and fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what people don't know, you know, they tend to forget because they see you on TV and the reality shows that you are actually a singer and a songwriter. They forgot that this is your shit. Like, this is what you do this.
You know, the crazy thing is that's why I got on the reality show, thinking that they would, like, promote my music, not realizing that they don't give two shits about it. And that's also the reason why I quit. Well, I mean, there's several reasons, but that was the initial reason why I wanted to quit, when I realized that they had no care about anything I wanted to do. It had nothing to do with, like, the name of the show, Love and Hip Hop. They don't care about the and hip hop part. They just want all of the drama. And if you don't have enough, they'll create it for you. So, you know, that's what I got into it for in the beginning. And with shows like this, it's become kind of like a joke. Like, oh, either these are struggling artists, or artists that used to have careers and they've fallen, or artists that will never have careers. And that's, like, kind of the tone of voice that these types of shows get. Okay. And I didn't like it. So I decided to make myself my own boss and use that platform to propel myself so that I didn't need them anymore.
Right. And that's exactly what you're doing. Now, I know you said the hip hop, the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, well, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood brand that you were on, but what about the Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta? I think
Let me roll my eyes up into the pits of my
remember
skull.
we talked last time and we were saying that the Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta was a better brand for you, which I thought it was, and then you thought it was.
I did too.
What happened? Because that face you made was like, girl.
Let me tell you about Mr. Shad Moss.
Oh my God.
So this little clown.
BowWow.
I didn't set it to his. I didn't bent down and set it to his face. So I'm not talking behind him. So I'm not being shady because I've said this to his ass multiple times. He called me and asked me to do the show as a favor for him. And y'all, I promise I have 2 earrings. My earring back committed suicide. So.
Oh, girl, that happens a lot. That is okay.
It's a set. It's Givenchy. It's a anyway.
Girl, just pop it right back on and we good.
Listen, I'm looking for a pencil so I can put an eraser back.
Right, the eraser.
Right, but he called me and asked me to come on the show as a favor.
Mm-hmm.
He had this whole idea he wanted to do. He was dating some blow up doll, and I was like, cool. So the guy I was dating at the time lived in Atlanta, and he was like, maybe we could do something together. Blah blah blah. Great. So I didn't know that him and the blow up doll were going to try to create a storyline to make it look like I wanted to date his little ass.
Oh my God.
And I found out that I was trying to date him when it aired. Because the thing about that show, you film what you choose, unlike Love and Hip Hop. There's no surprises. It's great. The editing is where they do all the tricks and mirrors.
Oh my God.
Smoke and mirrors, all that shit. So they do something that I've never seen before. Love and Hip Hop doesn't even do this. And I didn't think that there was a worse devil than that devil. God. So there's something called wild lines.
Right.
A wild line is any line that is said or thrown off camera when your mic is live, but you're not filming. Mm-hmm. So let's say me and you are filming a scene and they have to reset the camera and then I'm off talking to somebody or I'm on the phone with somebody. Mm-hmm. Those are wild lines that are not meant to be in the scene, but if my mic is still live, they might still be recording them. Oh. They take wild lines. They will take wild lines from 17 different days and piece together a sentence to put in your mouth from 7 days.
Girl, I didn't know it was that bad.
So they'll show me and you talking. Mm-hmm. I'll say something, and then they'll put the camera on you, and then you'll hear me say this sentence I never said. Now, there's something called room tone. At the end of filming, for whether it's TV, movie, reality, scripted, unscripted, at the end of it, everybody has to stay where they are, and they just record room tone. So they can get the background sound of that room with all of the bodies in it.
Oh my God.
So what they do with that room tone, they can take those wild lines and get the acapella vocal of those lines and throw the room tone behind it so it kind of sounds the same because we sound different every day. So if they're piecing a sentence together from one word I've said over the course of 15 days, the sentence might be like, so, hey, I went to the park and I did, because it's all different deflections. Yeah. They'll take that acapella, piece all these words together, put it in an audio, and throw the room tone behind it, so that when they put the camera on you, it sounds like I'm saying this sentence. I never said this shit. What the hell?
Girl, that's crazy.
Then at the end of every scene, after you say whatever you want, do whatever you want, and whatever. Then they have you run the scene again quickly, but one person talks, the other person only replies with gestures, no words. Then they switch, and the other person does it. So there was a scene where Bow was like, "Girl, you know I love you," and I was like, "Nigga, you ain't shit. We're just going back and forth." And then he was like, "You're not gonna say you love me? We've known each other for this long, and we've been friends for all this time." And I was like, "You know I love you, little man," but that's not the point. They took out his "I love you," and they put in my "You know I love you," and they took out my little man, and then they showed him doing this as a reply.
Oh hell no! Somebody said, "Can't you sue for that?" No, you really can't,
Not
right?
really.
Yeah.
Now that I know what they can do,
Yeah.
I have my contract is edited accordingly, but it's in the fine print that literally, unless you know it, unless you see it happening, you wouldn't even. I've been in reality TV for 4 years before this ever occurred.
Exactly. Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop never did this type of shit. Then that old big old nasty demon devil Debbie with her old thirsty ass.
Who?
Debbie's dumbass Debbie, whatever. Her
Deb?
ass. She like as a grown ass grandmother.
Hold on, you
The
talking
type
about Miss Deb?
Mr. Deb as a grown ass grandmother, the type of coonery and foolery that she would do to jump through fiery hoops for this network and these people that to degrade young black women like myself. It was just so it was just ignorant. I was so disappointed and disgusted with her. We had a scene at where they wanted us to be on FaceTime, and the FaceTime call never happened. So they recorded me like pretending like I'm on my phone was on a green screen and hers was on a green screen. So we actually did a real FaceTime conversation, but they were only recording her end because I was in a different state. They ended up recording my end later. When I hung up the call, they had her continue to talk and say, well, girl, I don't even remember what she said because it was so asinine and ignorant. But it was so just like, it was like something a 20-year-old would say, not a 97-year-old grown-ass woman dating a stripper. Like, I don't understand why she would stoop that low. It's like, are you this desperate at this point in your career that you're going to say something demeaning and degrading and pretend like you actually said that to me as a grown-ass woman? Because if I was there, I would have slapped you in your face. So,
girl, you see my mouth is wide open.
Listen.
Because I'm like, you just spilled a whole bunch of tea on these different shows that, I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know it was bad like that. Like, I know, the Love and Hip Hop brands, but then I know the Growing Up Hip Hop brand, but I didn't know the Growing Up Hip Hop brand actually did that to make all the words come together, as in, y'all.
I never seen it like it before in my life. I never seen it like it before. And then there was a scene too where me and Bow filmed. We were supposed to be in Atlanta. He was in LA at his hotel. They wanted it to look like we were in Atlanta. And in the scene, I was trying to convince him to start like dating other women, and like I was supposed to like hook him up with somebody else. They edited around that whole thing. Then at the end of the scene, I was walking out of the down the hallway. They showed me like walking out of the door, and he was like, open the door for me and close the door. When they edited it, they showed him opening the door and me walking out the door, and then they didn't show him closing the door. When I left, they filmed him walking out the door too, and then his green screen, he said, time to go to the bedroom.
Oh,
I said, little funky bitch.
So that's why somebody said, did BowWow smash? So
I called him everything but a child of God. And
so it looked like that y'all smashed when y'all really didn't.
I was walking down the hallway, leaving the goddamn hotel in LA that was supposed to be Atlanta, and his goofy ass closed the door, and in the green screen said we were off to the bedroom. Little boy.
Oh my gosh. I guess
Little
that's why Romeo and Master P were saying they were actually leaving the show, because I didn't realize like how messy it really, really is.
So the problem with Growing Up Hip Hop, when you leave work, you feel great. Everything went great. Nothing crazy happened today. I got to promote my friend. It was all love. Woo! Turn up. When that scene hits, you like,
what the hell? So because I know you've gone through a lot with reality TV, would you be opposed to doing another reality show on another brand, or would you rather do something strictly by yourself, like your own? Like one of the fans said, why don't you do a reality TV show by yourself?
I just turned down a show 5 times. They keep begging me to change my mind, but will not give me what I want. Oh. So you're trying to diminish my value, yet you need me, that you've called me and my attorney multiple times. I've turned this show down with flying colors. I've told them where to go, how to get there. Keep calling. But the only way that I'll agree to do it is if I am executive producer.
Okay.
With other concessions. They say, oh, we'll give you associate producer. Kiss my ass.
Right.
Executive. That's basically a token on a piece of paper that no one cares about.
Right.
I've been doing this too long, and I know too much. So at this point in my life, the only way I would do another reality show is if it's one that I create and can control. And of course, I get it. It still has to be an element of surprise. So, you know, even if I was the creator of the show, there's no way that I could be, you know, fully 100% in the know of what's going on. Otherwise, it wouldn't look organic. I mean, actually, I could. I do whatever the fuck I want.
Right. Right. Exactly.
But I get the psyche or the theory behind that. But no, I don't work for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a boss. So, you
I love
know,
it. I love
it. The creator of the show personally called me and asked me to do it as a favor to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he tried to play with the contract, he called me again like, we agreed on this. No. We agreed on 3 things. There's 50 things in the contract. So don't ask me why I come back with all these demands when we only discussed 3 things. Of course I'm going to have demands on the other 50 things in the goddamn contract. Like, don't play with me.
Right.
And he's like, it's a quick job. It's 6 weeks of work for this amount of money. I said, I made that last one.
Right. Okay.
Actually made it yesterday.
The boss.
Like when people realize that you're not desperate,
Right.
they don't know what to do. And that's the whole thing with these reality shows. That's why these white-owned networks are taking black people and making us look like coons. That's why they're putting you through these stupid jumping-ass hoops. People are like, oh, well, you agreed to do it? No! Like, people don't realize the behind the scenes. Like I said, with growing up hip-hop, it'll be the sunny day, and you'll get a perfect tan. When you edit it, somehow it's raining, and it's a gray cloud over your head. And you're like, how in the hell? With Love and Hip Hop, you come to do these scenes with people that you never met before, and they give you a list of topics to talk about. So you're discussing these topics. Then there's a key word. On the key word, your ex-boyfriend from 10 years ago or your ex-girlfriend, because it's usually the girls that are the thirsty ones. Your ex-girlfriend pops in, and she's been sitting up in the car for 2 hours looking her up, waiting. This is her chance. This is her only chance. And you're on camera. You don't know she's coming. It's like a jack in the box.
Yeah.
Surprise!
It's like you pushing a dog into a corner and forcing them
Exactly.
to react.
So people always want to like, oh, well, you knew what you signed up for.
Not that.
But then by the time you realize what's happening, you stuck in this contract.
Right.
It took me 4 years to find an attorney to get me out of that bullshit. And that's when I realized the only way to succeed in this whitewash economy, this industry or any of it, is to empower yourself with wealth and knowledge.
Absolutely.
When you know more than them, and honestly, it's not even what you know, it's what you can negotiate.
Exactly.
You could be talking shit out the side of your ass if it's believable.
Exactly.
I can't even tell you how many interviews I've done when I didn't know what the fuck the subject was. But by the time I was finished, you wanted to buy whatever they were selling. I didn't even know what the product was.
Right.
Context clues. Like, I've done red carpets. Not proud to say, I've done red carpets that I had no idea what the event was for. Literally, my PR had me a paper. Okay, cool. They're asking me questions about the fund or like the start of the company or this. I don't know that shit. You look up, see a name on the wall, something. I can create a whole story for you better than the damn CEO of the company did off the top of my head with using context clues because I've done this shit enough. So I've had the big name black attorneys that I thought, okay, he had Drea, he had Nene Leaks, he had this. They're going to negotiate the best deal for me. Oh, I found out the hard way. They're on payroll for these people.
Right, exactly.
They're going to negotiate the best deal for them. Exactly. I found that out when I hung up with my attorney and Mona on three-way in 2017. I was almost in tears trying to get out of this goddamn contract. I was miserable. She told me basically, you can quit, but you'll sit. I had an 8-year chill period where I couldn't do anything else. And I was trying to get my release. I got off the phone with my attorney to go to dinner. When I was at the dinner, I was at BowWow, and I was walking to the bathroom, and I almost ran into him, like physically, like we almost hit each other because we both on our phones. I was like, oh, what are you doing here? Mind you, we had just hung up an hour ago trying to figure out how to get my contract. He was like, oh, hi, funny, hi. So I'm actually at the Christmas dinner for your soon-to-be former boss.
See?
I said, what do you mean? I don't have a boss. I don't work for anybody. Well, not boss. I mean, it's Mona's Christmas dinner. You're my attorney.
But see, I'm so glad that you are, you know, that you have learned so much during these 4 years, because a lot of people, they don't learn and they continue to repeat the same cycle. But like I said, reality TV may not be for you, but I see you on some of the big screens. I know you just made your appearance on Insecure. I love that about you. And then some other movies that you have. And then even during the COVID-19, you just released your first stock market workbook.
It's actually not released yet. So it's completely finished.
Okay,
but
it's not finished yet? Okay.
No, it's completely finished. But like, this is the first project that I've done completely by myself. I normally have like a full team of people, like helping, doing this, doing that. I literally was learning and creating as I went. Every time I made a big profit or lost a big profit, I wrote it. I taught it. I put it in there. Like, I dropped out of college on purpose. I was sitting in class and I had an opportunity to do something in LA, and I was like, okay, I can't drop out of school and go to LA to follow my dreams because this school is safe. But then I thought, like, who the fuck taught me school was safe?
Right.
And I'm looking at this teacher who's teaching me about some shit that has nothing to do with my goddamn major. Because let's be honest, I was a political science major. I wanted to be an attorney. Explain to me why I need math.
Right.
If I go to a courtroom and I need math, I'm going to hire a math expert, right?
Right.
If I need forensics, I'm going to hire a forensic expert. Why do I need to pay for classes that I took in elementary, parochial, middle school, high school, and passed with flying colors? Why do I have to spend my money on these classes when it has nothing to do with my career path? You're robbing me. You're fucking robbing me. I'm wasting 2 years on prerequisites that I learned in high school when I'm never going to use this shit if I apply this to my career. So I was sitting there in math class. I was cheating anyway. So like, I only cared about the class. I only cared about the classes in my major. I was a political science major. So I only cared about political science, my pre-law courses, and like economics and things that actually I would use. The other classes, I found someone that cared about that shit, and then we traded off. Hey, I'll do your English if you do my math. Great. I had to work. My parents kicked me out. I had bills to pay. I wasn't. You think I'm gonna study some goddamn math? Fuck you. No, I will cheat the whole fucking shit. And if you want to drop me out of school, then you return my money too. So I was sitting there in math class that I didn't give a fuck about, looking at my professor who was driving a beat up car with the muffler falling off, that had a fucking hubcap on one side, that was in debt, and my place was nicer than his. I said, what am I learning from you? Right. What am I going to learn from you? You have absolutely nothing that I want. There's nothing in your life I aspire to be. I literally went on my phone and withdrew from every last class, got the fuck up, gave my books to somebody, and booked my flight to LA. Said, fuck y'all, I'm out.
Yeah, look, everybody over here laughing at you. I mean, they are rolling because you just
listen. I can't do nothing but tell the truth.
Speaking of being an entrepreneur, you have your daughter, being an entrepreneur as well at such an early age. Tell me just a little bit about the. I know you have your beauty line, Cardi Barbie.
Yes.
But tell me about her line that she has out.
Yes. So when I was pregnant, like being on Love and Hip Hop, I mean, let's be honest, I'm the glam girl. Okay.
Yes. Beautiful.
Let's be honest. And my first season, I came with the look, back to back to back. And one of the things that everyone asked me, because like I would always do like orange lip, a pink lip, an ombre lip, a nude lip, this highlighter, this blush, this shadow. After every episode, the number 1 and 2 questions I got: what color lipstick were you wearing, girl? And who did your hair? Or like what type of hair? What type of this? They always want to know about my glam. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know half the time because it's just different makeup artists mixing stuff. Then it's like, even if I did tell you, and I tell you what I'm wearing, I just made this motherfucker rich. Oh, no.
Exactly.
So when I got pregnant, I was like, okay, I'm in hair and makeup every freaking day, damn near. I know that I'm going to be breastfeeding my daughter. I know that I'm going to have my daughter on set with me. I know that I'm not going to put her down to get my makeup done. So I was concerned about harmful like products, touching her. So I wanted to create a beauty brand for a couple reasons. One, again, for my glam girls that wanted to know the lips, the looks. This is praline line with malted moss, topped with cinnamon. Right. Beauty. So I wanted those to be available anyway, but then I know I'm going to be kissing my child. So I wanted to make sure to have a product that was non-transferable. that would last all day because I don't have time to reapply. I'm running around from this to that. I might be on set in a onesie, have to unzip everything, take the whole thing off to breastfeed or to pump, put it back on, run to do this, gotta eat, gotta go to this set, do that. I'm not gonna have time to be reapplying all this stuff. My matte lipsticks last the entire day. If you nasty and don't wash your face, you'll wake up with your shit on. You a nasty bitch. What you gonna do? Natch when you wake up, sis. Ain't gonna crack, peel a check. But it was also vegan, paraben free, cruelty free, and didn't have all these harmful products. So I could kiss my child. One, the product's not going to transfer to her skin. Two, it's not going to break her out. Especially, when you're doing like powders and stuff, that's flying everywhere. Imagine breastfeeding your child or your child's in your lap and you get powder and you
everywhere.
So, even my highlighters and my powder products, they're vegan, they're paraben free, they're cruelty free. So I wanted something that was as healthy and economical as it was beautiful. I wanted to get rid of the concept that beauty, like things that make us beautiful, harm us. Wow, that's so stupid. It's just dumb. So that was the whole concept behind it. My daughter owns 20% of the company. When I opened up our bank account, she was 9 months old, and I was at the bank, and they're like, "Ma'am, you can't put her as part owner. She has to be able to sign it." I said, "Give me a pen."
Right. Because she's only
I said,
5
"Give me a pen." She was 9 months old. He gave me a pen. I put the pen in her hand. I took my hand. I did this. I said, "Sign."
Sign it.
And he looked at me like,
I love it. I love it.
So she is 20% owner of the company already. And she is already learning about it. Of course, I just want her to have fun. I just reposted her doing her makeup on my story. You guys have to check it out.
Girl, she is literally a doll baby.
Her whole face is pink and purple, like the whole thing.
Oh my, she is such, I love looking at her. She is such a freaking doll. Are you going to have more? Because I know you just tweeted out something about, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend. He's not my husband. No argument, no fight. Just why waste time? I love you, but I need.
He don't know he's single right now, girl. He thinks he's still got a girlfriend.
Is that real or no? Is that a real?
I'm dead ass serious. I dead ass serious.
Wait a minute.
I haven't told him of this yet, but I'm dead ass serious. Like, I'm wasting my motherfucking time. He thinks he a whole husband, but no, you're not. Like, a lot of these men that want a wife don't want to do what's necessary to be a husband. They know everything you need to do, but they don't know a motherfucking thing they need to do.
Speak it. But I think a lot of times women, we do way too much. We give them wifey privileges when they should only be getting boyfriend privileges. Like, we'll cook every day. We'll, you know what I'm saying? We'll give sex every day. I mean, we'll do all these wifey things, and then you wonder why the man is not wifing you. That's because we doing everything.
Now, here's the thing.
Some of them, not all, but some.
And that does happen a lot. But what I will say, not to discredit him, he came out the gate doing what the fuck when you pull up to my gate, okay? When that gate opens and you see what the fuck I'm on, you know that you can't come up in this motherfucker empty-handed. You know that.
Period.
He has never come into my house empty-handed, not a day. It's just not happening. You know what this mortgage is hitting on. You know what these car notes is hitting on. You know what these properties is on. So unless you're adding to it, I can subtract you out the motherfucking picture.
Period.
So that's not an issue. He does his part in that way, and he understands that, okay, she's not one of these basic bitches. I can't play this type of game. But that's not my issue with him.
We need the ring. We need the ring. Can we get the ring? But can you give us the time? Can you give us
I ain't got the time. That's the thing.
Wait a minute, Masika. So how long?
Like I said, I dropped out of college on purpose.
Wait a minute, sis. So how long have you been dating him?
Not that long, but I've known him.
So give us some time.
Well, here's the thing. We dated when I first moved to LA.
Okay.
In 2011.
Okay.
I cut his ass off for the same reason I'm cutting his ass off now back then.
So since then he already had time. You should know what you want. So give me my ring.
So when he came back into the picture, he was trying to reconnect through multiple people, multiple ways for multiple years. I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Now the pandemic got motherfuckers confused. Because I'm sitting the fuck at home, I had time to reply to your ass, and I've been ignoring you for years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he got a little too comfortable with me sitting at home. I'm not. What's that Brandy song? Sitting up in my room. I'm not sitting in my room waiting on you, sweetheart. It's a pandemic, and I'm a mother, and I have no daycare, no childcare, no nanny, no help, so I'm home for my daughter. I think he got that confused with, oh, she gonna be home every night. No, bitch. No. No. Don't get too comfortable, because as soon as these streets is open, bruh.
Oh, wait a minute. So you said wait till the streets come back open, because this is not what's going down.
Listen to the sound in my heart.
Give him a little bit more time.
I ain't got the time.
Do we know?
I don't have the time.
Okay, so do we know who this boo is?
Here's the thing. I know where God's taking me. Okay. And it's literally specifically at that place. I'm not in a rush to get married. Absolutely not. But I'm not trying to waste time dating someone I know I'm not going to marry.
I feel you.
Like, you want a wife, but you don't want to do it if necessary to be a husband.
I feel you.
So move over, get out the fucking way, because you blocking the view of my husband, baby. I need you to move. And there's no love lost.
I got you.
I'll give you a hug. We can be cool. But I just don't have the time. Like God has literally elevated me to the point where, like, I cannot afford to waste time on things that aren't conducive to my future, to my child, to my life. And like, he's doing it at such a fast rate. Like, you know, I'm not to knock, you know, toot my own horn or whatever, but I was already in a good position. This pandemic literally changed my life. I got a whole new hustle, I created 3 more sources of income that have grossed immensely, you know, in this short time frame, to where I can't afford to waste time. I just can't. I know. So
I feel you. Yeah, put the pressure on them. Put the pressure on them. Like, I was like, wait a minute.
I ain't got listen. But that's the thing. You ain't gotta convince what God brought you. Why I gotta ask you, beg you, tell you, help you, coerce you? No. Because when a man sees the woman he wants to marry, he ain't gonna let her go away.
He's not gonna play no game.
Period. And even if you want to marry me, if you're not mentally there or ready for that, I'm not sitting and wait for you. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not her. I'm not gonna struggle with you. I'm not gonna encourage you through school. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I wish you well, and when you get to that side, and when you get to where I am, and then you're in this members only club, I'll wave at you. I might send you a drink or a bottle, but I'm not going through the struggle with you. I've struggled enough. I need a man that's gonna see that and be like, oh, she's struggled enough. Let me lift her up. Let me upgrade her. Let me add to her motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, listen.
Because guess what? These niggas be capping.
Look, everybody, they be capping. Look, everybody on there like, preach, sis, preach. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So I do respect that. So, once again, you already got your single out, capping. You got your, you have your Father's Day lingerie line that's coming up. I don't got to keep that and support it.
Thank you.
And you got your first stock market work with that's coming out as well. So you got a lot of things going on. Plus, you know, your daughter, Kari Barbie. I call her little Barbie. She is just so amazing.
She is loving my life. So, like, I don't honestly, like, I live my life, sis. I've had fun, but I literally can't even remember what I did before her.
Oh, that is.
It's so like crazy. I thought I was living before this. Like, she's just changed everything. Like I said, I know that I was already on a good path, but if it was, first of all, what I'm drinking has nothing to do with me cursing, bitch. I'm motherfucking cursed. Okay? No! So you have a fucking problem with me fucking cursing, then get the fuck out the fucking life.
We don't acknowledge them right now. We're not acknowledging some of the comments.
But you think this Bloody Mary is the reason why I'm cursing? Girl, this is the old white woman drink, sis. You know.
Listen, okay, so any last words, sis, before we get off this line? Because you know me and you, we could probably talk all
Girl,
day.
we will be on here for a year.
We got this Aquemini dynamic going on, Gemini Aquarius thing. So it's a great conversation. Always love talking to you. I'm so proud of you and everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Stay blessed. Any other last words?
Well, you know, there's a lot of things I would like to say and promote, but I'm not even gonna do that right now
Do
because,
it. It's okay.
well, no, I mean, I feel like if there's one thing I want to say, it's something that will empower Black people, empower women. Of course, I want you to support everything I'm doing. Cabin is available on all platforms. Stream it. Check out the video on WorldStar. We got to 500,000 views in 2 hours, and the link wasn't even working.
I love it.
But God was working.
Congratulations.
The link is still corrupted, but guess what? You can still go to the WorldStar YouTube and all of that. Hopefully they fix it by now. But you know, the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. Never let someone limit you. There's no such thing as an oversaturated market. You see all this NutriBurst shit, everybody's selling that shit.
I know.
Like, but there's enough money to go around. Make sure you're following my page, Masika's Rich Bitch Tips, because I'm giving free game on that. My stock market tips workbook will be releasing on the 4th of July because that is not our motherfucking Independence Day. That is Uncle Sam's bullshit. Our Independence Day is Juneteenth, June 19th, and that is the only Independence Day that we need to celebrate. And the way to get out of all of this oppression and all of this racism is to create generational wealth within our own Black and brown communities. I'm taking all my money out of these white banks and taking it to Black banks. When you deposit money in the bank, they only have to keep 10% of it. 90% of it, they trade. They make money. They flip it. They invest it. So imagine if we gave Black banks that power. We could do our own funding. We could finance our own student loans. We could finance our own businesses. I'm Chase Private Client. In order to be a private client, you have to have an aggregate balance of $250,000 at all times.
Listen,
they're only keeping $25,000 of my $250,000 in the bank, and they're taking $225,000 and flipping it. Chase was just caught as being the owner of one of the ships that got busted for holding kilos of cocaine that they was taking to the fucking poor people, and it barely even made the news. They probably used some of my money to fucking buy that cocaine.
Listen,
but when I walk into Chase to get a business loan, they're probably gonna say, "I'm sorry, ma'am, you don't qualify. My credit score is at 830, and my tax bracket. But you still will tell me I'm underqualified because of the color of my skin."
Right.
So let's start flipping this wealth. Let's start creating generational wealth for ourselves, for our children. Let's get life insurance. I guarantee you one thing. If all of the Black people would get at least $100,000 policy, which could cost you $5 a month, 100,000, 300,000, $500,000, we wouldn't have to be saying Black Lives Matter. These insurance companies would say it for us because they're not going to want to pay these payouts when police are killing niggas.
You preaching today. Look, you are preaching. Look, I'm just sitting up here taking notes. Like, I'm just listening.
I'm just saying, like, let's be honest. The way out of this shit is to build generational wealth for ourselves. Imagine having our own mayors appointed because they're on our payroll and because we can afford to fund their campaign. Trump spent $617 billion $1 million on his fucking campaign, and Biden is still taking donations.
Exact, girl. Listen,
how do you think
you better kick that free game today? You better kick it.
Why are these police officers walking off scot-free? Because the district attorneys and the attorney generals are appointed by the Republicans or the white motherfuckers that have the money to pay for their campaigns. If we have the money within our communities and we can pay for these campaigns for our politicians, for our attorneys, for our DAs and all these people, all this shit would go away. They're able to oppress us because we're uneducated and poor. Get some motherfucking money, okay, and educate your motherfucking self and stream capping because it's one of my 7 sources of income, okay? And y'all boost my shit,
okay? You know I got you, but you preaching today. Listen, I've enjoyed the conversation. We definitely got to do it again, especially when the stock market book workbook comes out.
I can't wait.
Hopefully we'll have another conversation, and much success. And let me see that. You know what? That's your publicist. She is texting me right now.
Can you save this and send it to her?
You know I'm
going to be posting clips of this on my Masika's Rich Bitch Tips page because we took them to church, sis.
Okay, hey, girl, listen, you preach today. So another conversation, probably within the next 2 weeks or something like that. We'll make sure we make
Yes,
that.
girl.
Capping is out. Your Father's Day lingerie line, your workbook, your cosmetic line. Everybody, make sure y'all follow her. I appreciate you so much, sis. Love you. So proud of you and
Thank
everything you're
you.
doing. And I know
And
we
let me
will
know when
talk.
you come to LA. I'll be in Atlanta soon, so we'll definitely go.
You already know. Bye, boo. See you
Thank
later.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.